Hey movie fans, so guess what? I finally checked out the movie Saw X. Yep, you heard that right. It's pretty amusing when you say it that way. I saw Saw X, but hey, let's get into this review. Now I'll be upfront with you, I wasn't exactly eager to watch another Saw movie. I mean, after you've seen one, you kind of feel like you've seen them all, right? The first Saw flick though was a gem. That ending? Totally unexpected and brilliant. That's what's so cool about the Saw series. It always pulls off these jaw-dropping, unexpected twists that leave you reeling. But for some reason, Saw X wasn't calling my name. Nevertheless, I decided to give it a shot, and boy, am I glad I did. Let's break it down. Saw X starts off right on the money. It gets straight to the point, no dilly-dallying. I love that it didn't waste a single moment. There were no unnecessary slow bits that make you wonder why you're watching folks chat about shoes and hair when you came for the action. It's something not many movies or TV shows nail, so kudos to Saw X for keeping the pace brisk. Now here's the deal, Saw movies are known for being gruesome and in your face. That's their vibe, and I get it. But let me be honest, this time around, it felt a tad dehumanizing watching certain folks go through some seriously grisly stuff. But aside from those cringe-worthy moments, I was pretty into the movie. If you're enjoying this review so far, please do me a favor and hit that like button. Let YouTube know you want to see more content like this. If you've never seen any of the Saw movies, try watching the first one. Here's the premise for the first Saw movie. Photographer Adam Stanheidt, played by Lee Wennell, and oncologist Lawrence Gordon, played by Cary Elwes, wake up in a dirty bathroom. They're chained to pipes at opposite ends of the room. As they come to, they realize they're trapped by a twisted serial killer known as Jigsaw. To make matters worse, they must solve a sick puzzle set by Jigsaw to escape alive. As the story unfolds, we see flashbacks that tell us what happened to Jigsaw's past victims. Meanwhile, Dr. Gordon's wife, played by Monica Potter, and young daughter, played by Mackenzie Vega, are forced to watch his torment on a closed-circuit video. If that sounds like something you would like to see, go watch Saw 1.
Your next movie night is about to become legendary. It's time to level up your movie-watching game. Imagine the perfect movie night with all the gear and gadgets that turn your living room into a mini theater. From popcorn machines to cozy blankets, immersive sound, plush seating, and even home theater projectors, everything you need for your dream movie setup is just a click away. Don't miss out on the chance to transform your movie nights into unforgettable experiences. So take action now. Explore these fantastic selection of movie products and elevate your movie nights to a whole new level. Simply click on the link in the description or pinned in the comments section. If you purchase anything by clicking on the affiliate link, I will receive a commission. Now back to our movie.
For those of you who are up to date with the Saw movies, here's the premise for Saw X. John Kramer, portrayed by Tobin Bell, and he's bringing the chills in the latest, most bone-chilling installment of the Saw franchise. This time, we're diving into an untold chapter of Jigsaw's twisted story. We're right between the events of Saw I and E, folks, and things are about to get seriously intense. Picture this, John Kramer, sick and desperate, heads to Mexico in search of a last-ditch experimental procedure to cure his cancer. It's a shot at a miracle. But hold on to your seats, the whole operation turns out to be an elaborate scam targeting the most vulnerable. Talk about a major twist of fate. Now armed with a newfound purpose and a burning desire for justice, John's back in business. He's flipping the script on these con artists in his trademark visceral style. Brace yourselves for a series of ingenious and absolutely terrifying traps that only Jigsaw could cook up. If you're hungry for more TV and movie review content, please do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. So get ready for a heart-pounding ride as we delve into this gripping chapter of Jigsaw's story. It's a roller coaster of suspense, fear, and justice served in a way that only Jigsaw knows how. Let's talk plot. In Saw X, the bad guys face some challenges that felt fresh compared to earlier movies. But here's the twist, it's getting hard to tell who's really the good guy or bad guy in this twisted world. Even the main character has a dark side, especially the main character, actually. He kicks off the movie with a grim diagnosis, and right away, you see him wrestling with his own evil choices. Towards the end of the movie, no spoilers, promise, our main character faces a challenge he didn't see coming. It's a nice change since usually he's the puppet master, but this time the strings get tangled. It adds a new layer to the story, but then it swings right back to the Saw we're used to. Sorry to disappoint, but I was kinda over the gruesome stuff. It felt like a righteously indignant outrage to watch this guy think he can judge and punish people for their sins without expecting payback for his own. But hey, that's beside the point, I guess. In this Saw, characters usually beg for their lives, but some bring some serious attitude and pride to the table. That was a bit different and added an interesting dynamic. Now here's the kicker, Saw X is a tad different from the other movies. It sticks to the classic formula but throws in a twist that you might see in other horror films. It sort of takes away from what makes Saw unique, but it doesn't ruin the experience. I did appreciate the twist they threw in, even if it wasn't as jaw-dropping as previous ones. Now I'm not one to typically dive into the world of horror movies, but I couldn't resist checking out Saw X. You see, I have fond memories of the earlier Saw films, especially the very first one. There was something about them that pulled me in, so with a little hesitation but a lot of curiosity, I took the plunge to see if they still had that magic touch. Let me tell you, it was a gamble that paid off. Saw X proved that they've still got what it takes to keep us on the edge of our seats. It's like they've held on to the essence of what made those earlier movies so good. The tension, the thrill, the unexpected twists, they're all here and they're as sharp as ever. Saw X manages to tap into that primal fear we love to hate and keeps us guessing at every turn. It's proof that sometimes a well-crafted horror thriller can still deliver the spine-tingling experience we crave. So if you, like me, have hesitated to dip your toes back into the world of Saw, let me assure you, it's worth it. Saw X shows us that some things never really lose their touch, even after all these years. You know, I have this hunch that we'll probably see another Saw movie in a few years down the road. I mean, it's like a classic horror franchise, right? But here's my wild guess. It might be something like Saw, The Next Generation. Picture this. Maybe Jigsaw meets his end, and then it's his daughter or son taking up the twisted family business. Just a thought. We'll have to wait and see. But honestly, if I'm being real, I think I'm kind of over these Saw movies. Don't get me wrong, they've given us some unforgettable moments, but maybe it's time to explore something fresh from the minds behind the Saw franchise. I mean, do we really need a Saw XI? Hollywood might have other plans though. They're known for taking a good thing and running with it. Don't get me wrong, I'm all for innovation and new stories. It's just that after a certain point, you wonder how many more traps and twisted plots they can come up with, right? But hey, who knows, maybe they'll surprise us with something completely mind-blowing for the next installment. Until then, we'll just have to sit tight and see which direction they take the saga. All in all, Saw X was surprisingly good. I didn't expect it, and that's why I was hesitant to watch it. Sure, it had some moments that followed the usual Saw pattern, but it also brought some fresh stuff to the table. The writing was solid, the twists were good, and the acting was on point. As a whole, it was well done. So on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd give it a solid 6. If you're into horror movies and can handle some gory scenes, give Saw X a shot. You won't want to blink. If only it could have left out the gruesome bits. But then again, that's what makes Saw stand out, right? That's my take on Saw X. Enjoy the horror ride. Ready for the next review? Simply click on the suggested video on your screen and I'll see you there.